Hello everyone, welcome to the Hot Chocolate with Rain. I am joined by a plethora of people, as you can see, because I accidentally forgot to click that, so please don't laugh at me. So, we are here with Zarvox and Mawderator, who are both AT commentators, and then we have Nashh, Suitonia, Elise, and Bay, all from the EVE crew, as well as myself. And we are going to be talking about the Alliance Tournament and Esports. I'll let everyone quickly run through with an introduction of themselves so you guys can get used to their voices since they're not on camera. We'll start with Zarvox.
Howdy, I'm Zarvox. I like to play EVE and shoot people and stream. How's it going?
Alright, and now Mawderator.
Hey, how's it going?
And Mawderator did not have a webcam in the 07 show, if you guys did not notice, so we have to throw mad shade at him during this episode. Okay, Nashh.
Hey, I'm Nashh. I'm the Commander-in-Chief of the EVE Empire.
Suitonia.
Hi, I'm Suitonia. I'm a streamer and solo PvPer.
Elise.
Hello everyone, I am Elise Randolph. I do Esports at EVE.
And Bay.
I'm Bay. I like to stream the test open practices and I do a bunch of tournament stuff for EVE.
Alright, thank you guys. So, we are all here. I think we're all kind of scattered. I'm kind of scatterbrained from watching the 07 show and laughing really, really hard. So I hope that you guys are feeling the same. But hopefully this goes well. Oh my god, we have a lot of people. Hello everyone. So if we want to start out, Zarvox and Mawderator, you guys are both commentators for the AT. And Mawderator, I know you have to leave in like 2 minutes probably. Do you want to give anything about what your hopes and dreams of are for the AT, or maybe your background experience with the AT, because I believe you've flown in the AT before?
Yeah, sure. So I was a captain for Exodus and AT 11 when they got third place. I was a co-captain for what became Turn Left Team, or Camel Empire, with Team Thingy and Eden Open 2 when we got second. And I played with Camel when they got second place and then got disqualified.
Okay. As I say, we're going to continue, or do you want me to ask you a question?
Whatever you or any of the viewers would like to ask, I'd love to answer.
Alright, I was going to say, what are you looking for most with the AT? Like, because I was going to say, this is your first year not flying with it, and now you're actually commentating it.
I'm just looking forward to a lot of really good matches. The meta has changed a lot. It provides a challenge for me, keeping up with all of the changes, and really excited to see what people are going to bring.
How have you been kind of prepping to keep up with the meta since you're not actually flying with it now?
I've been doing some theory crafting on my end, looking at some of the fits that people have been running in testing, seeing how they've been flying, what their teamwork looks like. I've been doing a little bit of commentary. I did a weekend with, I think, Artjay on his Fight Night series, so just doing these kind of things is good warm-up and practice for the actual tournament itself.
Awesome. And what about Iceland? Because I know you get to travel to Iceland to be with CCP. Are you looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, it's a huge dream come true. I get a week and a half free paid vacation to Reykjavik at the CCP HQ, and that's a huge dream come true for me.
So say, have you traveled a bunch, or will this be like kind of your first time out and exploring the world?
I mean, I've traveled around, some to Canada and some in Mexico, but this is really going to be my first time ever going to Europe, so.
Awesome. That's super exciting. I know I've been to FanFest, so I know, I mean, I had a lot of fun in Iceland. It's really cold if you're not used to that, so I recommend bringing something really, really warm.
So, I'm so scared.
I was gonna say, Zarvox, we'll get to you later, because I know I'm gonna have like at least 5 minutes of like how to keep warm in Iceland for you.
I'm gonna be seriously rocking up to the AT just with one of those massive bubbly like jackets. You're not even gonna see me behind the fur. I'm gonna be wearing so many layers.
Oh man, you're gonna have such a great time with that.
Like right now, okay? It's pretty cold. Where I live, it's 11 degrees Celsius, which is really cold for me, and I'm wearing like 2 jumpers and a jacket and socks and track pants, and you know, it's pretty cold.
Oh my god, you are probably going to die. Moderator might be okay since he's just kind of North America. It's whatever, unless he's down in Florida. But you are going to die, Zarvox. I feel so bad.
That's world problems.
But yeah, I was gonna say Zarvox. I'll pitch the same questions to you. Kind of similar, like maybe background with AT commentary. I know you stream, so that's probably like slightly different than most people, I guess. But then also same question of like how are you preparing? Is there anything extra that you're doing going above and beyond, maybe theory crafting and whatnot, or watching these matches?
I'm hoping to get in touch with people like I was actually about to send you a message as well, Elise. Like people like Squeebles and Elise, Suitonia, just to get an idea of like the history of the tournament. Because I mean, I've only been playing Eve for like 4.5 years, and I've only been watching the tournament for about 2 of that. So live, I've only watched 2 tournaments. I am definitely, I think, safe to say, the least knowledgeable in terms of the tournament meta, the history of the tournament, the people involved in the tournament, the sort of top tier teams. But yeah, I'm going to be spending a lot of time. I'm actually going to take a week off stream just to get properly prepped up on the knowledge front, and just talking to other people, talking with moderator. Moderator's got some really sweet ideas about ways to, get prepped, and get some knowledge from some of the teams and captains, and get some profiles on some of the key pilots in some teams. Yeah, lots of stuff needs to be done.
I think it's hilarious that in Eve, like, you were like, oh, I've only played for 4 years. I'm basically new. Like, that's pretty much what it's all about right there.
Well, at least with the tournament, I mean, you
Yeah.
guys. I actually remember I was watching a match the other day, and it was, I think you were talking with, Elise was talking with, I think it was Squeebles. Yeah, I think it was Squeebles. And you're talking about, the pedigree of teams and teams that have been around for, a really long time and have proven themselves with like solid, consistent results like year to year. And this is a history of like going back like 10, 12 years, and I didn't even know about Eve, back when you guys were like winning alliance tournaments and whatever. So
The craziest thing is CCB Fozzie knows, like, if I know like a lot about the alliance tournament because it's been something I've loved for a long time, Fozzie like completely dwarfs my knowledge somehow. Like he knows everything that's ever happened. He knows everyone that won. He knows all the teams that change from year to year, all the captains that change from year to year. Sorry, my thing was on my head. But yeah, Fozzie is just a crazy resource when it comes to that. He's some sort of alliance tournament robot computer man.
Better get in touch with him as well then.
Yeah, I was gonna say I always find it interesting too because a lot of the big names in the alliance tournament aren't always necessarily the big names you see out in Eve or Eve politics. So a lot of people will say, "Oh yeah, these people, they just blob or they'll do this or they'll do that." But then in the alliance tournament, they're like these elite tactical pilots and they do all this and that. Or in the normal Eve universe, they're some no-name low-set group that nobody really pays attention to. But then in the alliance tournament, they're like top 5 or something, and they just completely demolish all these like bigger alliances. But yeah, I always.
Yeah, and it was. Sorry, go on.
I always find that super interesting because that's really like, because I mean, the last alliance tournament was the first alliance tournament I really paid attention to, and that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
What were
I mean,
you
I'm going back to again the same show that I was listening to, where Elise was saying how the difference between small gang and solo or fleet PvP in Eve, or just standard sort of PvP in Eve, to the alliance tournament is mammoth. They're just so far, they're worlds apart. Obviously the mechanics and everything is the same, but there's a lot of different stuff going on. So I feel it's going to be interesting, and also that I have no clue what's going on at this point, which is cool. I like it.
Yeah. Moderator, are you still here?
Yeah, just for a bit though.
All right, so I was going to ask, do you think the fact that you've flown in the Alliance tournament and that you kind of have that first-person actual participant in the Alliance tournament kind of gives you maybe an advantage for commentary, or do you think commentary is like so far withdrawn from that it'd be hard for that jump might be a little more difficult?
I think it's a little bit of both, actually, depending on how you go into it. So when I was doing the interview process with CCP to try to get the job, that's actually kind of how I sold myself. Is I said, okay, I've been a team captain. I know what's going through the mind of a lot of the elite level captains. What's their thought process? Why are they telling their pilots to do what they're doing. How are the pilots executing those instructions? How are these people operating individually? What are the decisions that these people are making? What kind of impact does it have on the match? Those kind of things are really strong from an analytical point of view, and I think that's how I got the job.
All right.
As far as commentary though, I don't think I'm going to be as good as someone like Zarvox, who on camera, who's got a job essentially streaming though. I've done some commentary for World Tanks on the side for Wargaming North America, but it's not any sort of a regular day job or anything that I've got going on.
All right.
Got the dulcet tones though. You've got the dulcet tones. That's all you need.
Yeah. I just keep thinking about the only picture of Mawderator that I've seen was him in like a sweater vest, and then like Zarvox is always on camera, so I think the on-screen presence is something else that you guys may have to prep for, because I know I'm always absolutely terrified when I'm on camera with a CCP, because it's a little different than when you're streaming. Alright, so
I completely can sympathize with that. I actually have. I get nervous with like public speaking, like when I had to do it at university or whatever. But for some reason, streaming, I don't know why. But yeah, I'm freaking out a little bit. It'll be interesting.
You'll be fine. So one thing, so you'll be with CCP Antiquarian, and he's absolutely hilarious, and he's somehow super serious half the time on screen. But you'll be with a lot of the devs, and they are just really great to work with. When I did the 07 show for FanFest, like I was freaking out more than I normally would, and I was actually super like I was super fine. I don't know. I probably felt like I was like really intimidated, but I think I ended up being okay. All my feedback said that I was doing okay. But yeah, you guys will be fine on camera if you're worried about that. The devs will definitely help you out. I'm not blushing, Suitonia. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not reading chat anymore. They're being mean to me. But yeah, Moderator, if you need to dip, you can head out, and then we can kind of shift the topics to poor Zarvox, who can answer for 4 people.
Yeah, best of luck, Starbucks. Ready to dip that all on you.
No worries, man. I'll claim all your ideas as my own. Don't worry.
Thanks for joining us, Moderator. Have a good day.
Kidding.
Yep, you too.
Have fun, man. See ya.
But yeah, on I'm gonna like keep rambling now, but like with CCP, you'll be fine, Zarvox. It'll be no big deal. It might just be kind of awkward the first time, and then like you'll just click and you'll get it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm not too worried, but it will be interesting.
What are you looking forward to the most with the AT?
The weather. The AT or the trip in general?
We'll do the AT first, and then the trip in general.
To be honest, it's like seeing the CCP office and just chatting with some of CCP. I'm really, really, really looking forward to. I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be super busy or whatever, but just getting an idea of what goes on. You know, it's like I mean, not many people. You don't really see. I mean, with you don't see much of what's going on. I mean, obviously inside CCP offices and all of the different people involved. You know, there's some sort of main faces that you get an idea of, but there's a lot more people involved that you not going to see often. I just am looking forward to getting an idea of the whole culture of the office, and I'm going to be streaming a bit from their office, like during the week. So that's going to be interesting as well, and hoping to like get some staff on stream and chat with them and.
I was gonna say that would be actually that's a really good idea.
When I did the application, sorry, go on.
I was gonna give you like a super great tip for when you're in Reykjavik. Wherever you go, if it's like a bar or a restaurant, all you have to do is say you work for CCP and you get like this crazy discount. It's not a crazy discount, it's like 10% or something. It doesn't work during FanFest because no one can believe it, but I mean, they'll be able to. They like won't even check you because you're like. You don't sound Icelandic and you don't look Icelandic, so they'll just be like, yeah, I'm sure he works at CCP.
Well, it worked for me in Epophany at FanFest, actually.
Oh, you guys? Really? Well, it's because you guys are too tricky.
Wait, you got the discount, or they like asked you to prove you were a CCP?
No, we didn't ask for the discount. They just asked us if we were CCP. We said no, and they still gave us the discount.
Oh, yeah, say yes, mate.
Nice. CC, please. That's good.
That's my only trick that I've learned.
I was gonna say, Elise, how many ATs have you done?
I've done 2 ATs, but I was on the CSM for 2 years before that as well.
And you only have one trick?
Okay, I've got another trick, but it's like, okay, so on Friday nights, if it's like really kind of rainy and snowy outside, uh, the sidewalks, they're heated sidewalks because all the hot water pipes run underneath it. There are certain areas where the heated things don't work too well, so it just freezes over again, and you can watch at like 4 in the morning all the drunk people like slipping and sliding in this one spot on Lagavega.
Okay.
It's a pretty great thing to watch. I don't know. Some people would probably think it's mean to watch.
They're so mean.
But it's really funny.
I was hoping you'd give
mean.
some advice on how Zarvox will not freeze to death, but at least when he freezes to death, he'll be mildly entertained by people falling down.
Yeah, I don't know how to not freeze to death. I'm always like horribly underdressed. I just have sweaters.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Zarvox, you were attempting to say something, and I probably interrupted you. So what were you saying?
I was just rambling. I can't even. I think I was going to ask Elise how long you've actually been playing Eve. You were mentioning how many Alliance tournaments you've been in.
I think I've been playing Eve for about 12 years. I took like a 1-year break for a little while, and every once in a while I take like a few months off where I'm not really doing too much. But about 12
That's
years.
normal. Yeah.
All right. But yeah, Zarvox, you mentioned you'd be actually streaming the CCP offices, and I'm like super excited to see what that's like now because I mean I've toured the offices. They just look like offices, and you're not really like supposed to take pictures of anything because NDA and whatnot. So I'm like super excited to see what it's like with you streaming in their offices and like how sweet their Icelandic internet should hopefully be.
Well, yeah. When I did the application, I said I was wondering how much free time we have. If it was to go ahead, and would it be possible if there is free time? Like, could I still stream? Like, all I would need is a computer, really, and a lot of internet. Apparently, they have a very lot of internet over in Iceland, especially compared to Dinosaur Island. And they got back to me pretty quick. Logibro was like, "Yeah, that's totally fine." I even double checked with him. I'm like, "You sure it'll be okay?" Like, I can. He's like, "Man, we're just gonna set you up somewhere, and you can stream whenever you want." I haven't asked specifically about. I've hinted that I'm sort of interested in, perhaps getting, doing maybe a tour of the office on stream. Or I don't know if that's possible. Probably not. That's okay. But maybe chatting with CCP staff. Yeah, just giving people like a chance to see what it's like, or to chat, or to ask questions of staff. That'd be really cool if they could spend an hour in a stream, answering questions from chat or whatever. I just think it'd be cool.
Yeah, that would actually be really interesting, like kind of almost like once in a lifetime opportunity to do, I guess, because no one else would really get a chance to, or I mean, at least it's not common.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're gonna slightly shift the focus. It'll still be about AT, but I'm gonna shift this to Nashh and Elise because I know CCP they will be streaming the Alliance tournament the second and third weekends. However, the first weekend they will not be. At least they won't have commentators there. It might be streamed through, I think it was ISD or someone. So it's gonna be streamed, but it's just not with the commentators, not in the normal Alliance tournament format. And Elise and Nashh, would you guys want to go into what Even T has
Sure. Yeah, so I mean the background that you're using tonight, which looks great actually, that is the Even T TV studio, which we use for the broadcast we do at the live event. And we've managed to secure a little bit of budget to actually hire in some techs for the first weekend of the Alliance tournament. And we will be streaming the Alliance tournament first weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, with analysts in that studio. And we'll also have commentators on the stream itself. So in fact, we're actually training Suitonia, Reload. We also have Artjay, who's currently killing 2 dreads, so he's slightly AFK. And who else have we got? Oh, he's here. Who else have we got, Bay? We got Suitonia, Reload, Jintan. Jintan's coming down as well.
Jintan's coming up. That should be awesome.
Oh, cool.
So we got like a full studio session, and most of the regular staff we have on the esports will also be available to do commentary and stuff like that. So, yeah, much to do. Very excited.
Nice. And you said the studio, so you guys, I have a picture of the studio you've sent me. So we're gonna actually be able to see you guys all fancy in a kind of real life setup on stream?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot the host. Wow, we got Apotheny as well. Actually, we're training Apotheny over from Birmingham. He's going to be hosting. We'll probably rotate a little bit because obviously the days are quite long. So it'll be the host will be either Bay, myself, or Apotheny, and then we have the clever guys doing the analyst-y stuff. So we got Suitonia, Reload, Jintan. Bay will be there as well.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be it's one of Nash's crazy ideas. Just throwing us in the deep end. I think it's going to be hilarious. I don't think we've got what work we've let ourselves in for running a studio for 2 days for is it 8 hours a day?
There'll be lots of Red Bull. Lots of Red Bull.
Lots of Red Bull. It should be quite a lot of fun. So yeah, we're going to do our best and put on a good show because people obviously. Some people are obviously really disappointed that there's no official CCP stream on the first weekend, so we're just trying to fill the gap really and have something for people to watch.
Yeah, that first weekend is so action-packed too because there's like sometimes there's like 2 matches going on like back to back basically. They're like in different systems. It's like a crazy hectic time, but it's always really fun to watch because that's when you get to see some of the most crazy stuff, like teams that aren't necessarily like the best, but still have like crazy tricks up their sleeve, and then other teams that are trying to feed setups to the lower teams to beat out better teams and stuff like that. So there's lots of cool conniving stuff going on.
Yes, and you did mention there would be commentary around that Nashh, which I know.
Yes.
So I hear it's pretty much everyone, people who don't have to go and sit in a studio for 8 hours a day, but instead they get to sit on Skype.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I mean, in terms of the broadcast itself, from the studio, we'll have a team of analysts and we'll basically do the in-between match stuff and make it look really sexy. And we have our master streamer, Biohazard, who will be mixing the studio footage. And obviously, when he's streaming the fights, we will have our usual commentators to basically explain what's happening during the matches and stuff like that.
All right, awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. I am definitely looking forward to that. October seems like a pretty amazing kind of Eve month due to the AT and then Eve Vegas and all this other stuff going on.
It's going to be so busy. I think the next 2-3 months are action packed. There's loads of stuff happening.
And then November, that's when everything good happens.
Yes.
All right, before we get to that, we have some questions in chat. So Okulu is asking, how's the new AT server for training in reference to the new Thunderdome server?
It's amazing. So eventually CCP Logibro is going to add like full tournament tools to it. But essentially you can spawn anything you want. You have max characters, so you don't have to worry about like killing your stuff. You don't have to worry about supplying things. You don't have to worry about like wormhole logistics or anything like that. You can just transport yourself to a wormhole and just spawn all the stuff you need in it. And it still takes a while to fit the ships, and obviously they're gonna try and make that a little bit better. But right now it's amazing. It's one of the best things to happen to the Alliance tournament ever, because the problem with training on Singularity is sometimes Singularity would be down. Sometimes there'd be actually changes to the game that they're trying, because that's what Singularity is actually made for. It's for like testing new builds of the game and stuff like that. And so you could never be really sure what was going to happen. And it was just such a pain in the butt to spend hours doing logistics on a server that essentially didn't matter. And sometimes you just have to move around because there'd be spies and all that good stuff. But Thunderdome is like completely set up. The only people who can get on it right now are people who are in the Alliance tournament. Everyone's got like super dev hacks there, so you can make whatever you want. You can make yourself a super cool dude. You can even change your name. Change my name to 420 Booty Wizard, probably the best name ever.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Please don't agent search me to try and find where we're practicing.
Very
but
classy.
it is really great, and the fact that they were able to get a tournament server up in like the amount of like just in time to practice, that's just amazing. Because last year, some people might not remember, like there was lots of testing going on on the test server for Tranquility and builds like that, and we couldn't get certain chips seeded. So there would be, I think it was CCP Goliath would just log on and like manually seed like millions of every item and put it on the market, and then sometimes it would break, like sometimes it would reset or something like that, and then we'd have to like go without or stuff like that.
All right, and then.
But no, this is amazing, like truly amazing.
It's really cool for the potential of it for player entertainment tournaments is absolutely fantastic as well. Hoping to use it for the championship that we're starting in October as well. And fingers crossed, it'll just make everything so much smoother. Having access to that tournament tool, being able to cloak our camera, ships, little things like that. It's going to be. I'm so happy. I logged on last night and I was like a school kid with a new toy. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Beta Movement said, will this be public? And I know right now it is only for Alliance tournament teams. However, the plan is, like you said, Bay, for the future, to allow player-run tournaments to be on there, so then more people could have access to it, obviously within a certain reason. All right, and then Gibson RSA is asking if Zach will be involved, so I'm guessing he means in relation to Eve and T. I will answer that because I don't think Zach will be involved. I know Zach is more of a YouTuber than a streamer, although he does stream. But I mean, I can reach out to him and see if he would like to help. And then there was one other question. Oh, there's someone asking if Nashh will be his girlfriend, so we're not going to ask them. Oh,
Sure.
Nashh.
I didn't even check who asked, but
Yeah. Who's Eve?
All right, so Evlog is ask them for the rebroadcasting. This is important. So I think he's wondering if they can rebroadcast the AT stream with their own commentary. And as far as I can tell, the stream is run by CCP, so it's not coming directly through EVNT at all. So therefore, you should be able to. I mean, if you want to rebroadcast it for whatever needs you have or record it and whatnot, you should be able to. All right. So now, do we want to delve into what's actually happening in November after the AT?
Yeah, I think maybe throw it at Elise. Elise, if you want to maybe reel off what you know.
Oh, what I know, geez. Okay, so in the beginning of November, so about a week, 2 weeks after the Alliance tournament, I believe it's November 6th, is when we're going to be starting our new season of Eve, the Eve NT championships right now. So there's a championship bracket, and then like a sort of, not, I don't want to say a lower bracket, but like a minor league bracket of different teams. So the championship bracket, it's currently filled. It's got six teams in there. And they are essentially the creme de la creme, the best Alliance tournament captains and the most seasoned pilots that you'll see. So all the players like high level. And then the lower league, the minor league, it's essentially a proving ground for newer players, and we're still accepting applications to it in the next week, for the next week or so. So when you finish in the top of the minor league for the next season, you get bumped up to the major leagues. The major leagues have better prizes and obviously better competition. So that all starts on the 6th of November, I believe. And we'll be playing every week, and then the finals will be back-to-back in the first week of December. Oh, and the prizes, we should mention, are unique skins. They are, if you've seen the skins that we had for the last season, they're the really cool orange, blue, and white Typhoon skin. This season it's going to be the Apocalypse. They're completely unique. No one will ever have them again. So these prizes are something that are super sexy, super cool, and just incredibly shiny and beautiful.
I'll link a picture of it in chat just now.
All right, thank you.
I think because we got obviously we got these as prizes for the teams actually competing. So there will be 408, if I'm not mistaken, printed just for those. And then there will be 6 additional ones printed, which we'll give away on the stream during the broadcast, together with a couple of other prizes. So this time we've got some sponsorship from Cooler Master and also from Plantronics. So we will be giving away 6 headsets over the course of the season and 6 keyboards as well. So should be worth watching.
Exactly, and that's the thing. So when you guys are watching, like, you can actually win prizes, and you can root for the team that you want to see, and you can listen to some really great commentators. Like the EVNT commentary staff is, I think, the best in the business easily. Always looking for new talent as well. So if you're interested in that, shoot me an Eve mail as well. We can try some things out. But basically, it's the best, and you should watch it.
Yeah, I know. I staff that, and I actually have a blast. I thought I did have some of those Apocalypse skins, but apparently I don't. They're not on my computer anymore. So sorry for all who got to see a T-shirt. I don't know if we're giving away T-shirts during that championship, but maybe depends how.
We can do, yeah, sure.
Sweet.
You can give away anything you like.
I just volunteer us to give away free things. So congrats, guys. Now we get to give away T-shirts. But yeah, so for those who, I was gonna say, the Alliance tournament's pretty difficult to get into, and people who don't really know how to do like tournament type fighting, these championships, the EVT championships, a good way to get started at least, or at least other player run tournaments, is a good way to kind of get to know what people are doing, kind of figure out team comps or like ship fits, like yeah, and I guess team comps, figure it all out, figure out how pressure, like how intense it is flying under all that pressure to try and win some of these, because these skins are actually worth a lot, so people can make pretty good money winning.
Yeah, and Bay is working on a really cool tournament tool. So you can more information will come out on that the closer we get. But it's not gonna be like the typical Alliance tournament, just a bunch of set of points and stuff. It's gonna add like a new level of complexity for tournament captains. So they'll have to actually do stuff instead of just like sit and look pretty and have their name rung out, especially when they fly out of the arena. So it gives like a finite role to captaincy. So it's going to be really interesting. Like it's a new dynamic to competitive esports, and I can't wait to see how it turns out.
That awkward silence when you were talking about flying out of the arena, I was too busy laughing to say to say anything.
Oh, rude.
But yeah, so
it gets ripped for that every time. Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna live it down.
Damn.
I was gonna say Zarvox, if you're still paying attention, I guess, because I know we've kind of moved away from the AT. Elise Randolph flew. I think he was anchor or something, and he flew his entire team out of the boundary of a fight, which immediately blows up your ship in the AT, and so he lost the match or something.
I did hear about that.
In fairness, it was the New Eden Open, which is now defunct. So I'm pretty sure that counts me as the winner and them as the loser.
The New Eden Open, you could win. But the New Eden Open, you could win real life prizes, like real life money.
Yeah, so I actually had a plan for what PL would do if we won. We're gonna convert all the prize winning into buying like full-on banana suits for everyone who competed, and then these little tiny trophies. So everyone would have like $100 bananas costume, and a little I won Eve New Eden Open like little medal that they could walk around with. But then, thanks to my captaincy and flying out of the arena, we finished dead last, 32 out of 32, the worst performance I've ever done in anything ever. And so,
ouch.
But that thing's discontinued now, so I'm pretty sure I win.
It's probably because you broke it. I think that's what it is. They were like, oh man, even Elise can't play this. Do you know what I mean? Let's just kill it.
Yeah. Either way, I'm counting that as a victory for me.
Okay. So moving on. So that was the championship and the quote unquote minor league in November. And you said there was November ending in December. And you guys said there was another one at the beginning of 2017.
Yeah, so I mean, the plan is to do this twice a year. So this will be the second one this year, and we're looking to basically keep building on this and ideally make the leagues bigger as well. We originally started out with both leagues comprising of 8 teams, so a total of 16 teams, and that's I think sort of the maximum of what is viable in this sort of time frame that we all have. But unfortunately, due to the changes in the Alliance tournament start date, we've had to shuffle things around and basically allow for our tournament to happen this year. We've had to reduce the size a little bit. Hence, it's only 6 teams in each league this time. But we'll be back with another installment early next year, around about February, and we'll bump it back up to 8 teams per league. So 16 teams in total.
All right. So for people who aren't able to make this either the October AT because the AT's already been kind of decided with teams, or the November championship, then they can at least look forward to February.
Yep, definitely.
All right, so we can maybe switch gears back over to Zarvox. Elise brought up his own banter and his own shade. So Zarvox, which commentator are you looking forward to commentating with most, or which CCP dev are you looking forward to commentating with most?
Oh, that's a good question. One of my favorite matches to watch, and that I've watched a number of times, was just the last match of the last tournament of 13, which had Chessa in the box, and just his with the sunglasses. If you guys remember, he had the the aviator glasses on, and just the overall like excitement in the box in that game was just insane, like completely insane. Like I'm really looking forward to commentating with Chessa. All right, it's just that the excitement and the grasp of what's going on is great, and his analysis of the fights, the matches, but also Mawderator. I've had a few chats with him. As soon as the commentators got announced, we had like a 2-hour chat on Discord, just talking about like what we think about how we think we could do the best possible job and things we should be focusing on. I'm really looking forward to commentating with him, Fozzie as well. I don't know why. All right. I also, for some reason, my ideal person to be in the box with would be Shadu. All right, just because of that one super exciting match where Shadu was commentating. Obviously, he's not going to be there, but he would be the number one for me.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I've only commentated I think one match with Chesser and one match with Fozzie for the event work. And he's super smart at I mean obviously like Elise was saying, he's super smart at like the game and the history of like tournaments and whatnot. But I enjoyed commenting with him, but Chesser, I remember there was one point in commenting with Chesser where I was laughing so hard I couldn't actually say anything. So hopefully that does not happen to you live, but be prepared because some of his comments just like come from like nowhere. Like I think the comment was
I was the same.
What was that?
There was a point in that tournament where he just pulls. I can't remember what exactly was going on. It was a really close match, and he just pulls out. There is a bee. What did he say? What was the exact words? There's nothing but a bee's dick in it at this point, or something. You know, trying to say it's really close. And this is on I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? Did he just say that? Is that what he said? A bee's? I had to like skip back. I'm like, did he just say there is a bee's dick in this? You know. But yeah, that is what he said, and I like lost it. I couldn't.
I think the comment for me was something along the lines of, because this was like it was like a newer team, like not super experienced tournament people. And so he was just kind of throwing shade, you know, like they does with like the higher tier, lower tier teams. And he just goes, I have no idea where that ship is going. It's off going to Baskin Robbins or something. And like he just threw that out, and I just could not stop laughing. Because I mean, like it was shade, but it was like super like politically correct shade of like just some ship flying off into space, probably going out of the boundary or something. But I could not stop laughing.
Super subtle shade.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking that'd be pretty fun. And Fozzie was great. When I did the interview for the commentator thing, it was commentating a match with Fozzie, which was really cool. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I think you should get the chance to commentate with them both, hopefully. Or I guess all three of them, because you'd be with Mawderator too, especially at the analyst desk.
I think everyone commentates with everyone else, so at least once.
Yeah, they swap it around.
They do this other things.
Everyone's super excited that you guys mentioned Shadu.
Shadu's the best. He's like my Eve mentor, even though he didn't really know it. Actually, no,
I need to get a link for that. Just his eyes, they are so wide. You've never seen another person in the Alliance tournament commentate or developers with their eyes so wide. The excitement on his face is like unmatched. I've never seen anyone on that stream so excited as Shadu, constantly talking over the the other commentator because he's so excited. I love it. Really good.
Yeah. I was gonna say we haven't heard.
I've literally got that saved. Hold on.
I've got it somewhere. I just changed computers, so I actually don't have it. But it was a regular watch for me.
I put it in chat. I remember that so vividly, like as I was going down.
The eyes.
I will watch it later when I'm not streaming, but everyone else is more than welcome to watch it while I'm currently talking. But I was going to say, we haven't heard much from Suitonia, and I know Suitonia is probably really exhausted because he had work all day, but Suitonia, how excited are you for the AT?
I'm really excited.
How excited are you hearing about the OGB changes from the 07 show?
Just as excited.
Okay.
It's gonna make low-sec faction warfare space a lot more fun.
Did they put a date on it?
November for now.
Oh, that's like unprecedented. They actually made a date for it.
Yeah, I think all of the solid PvPers are probably going to buy out all the like hand lotion and tissue in November at the local store.
It's sorry, I don't want to change the topic, but I've been that was bad, dude. I've been reading posts from CCP like since I've started playing the game, saying, yeah, you know, it's going to be changed. We're not really in a we don't really like how they work, but legacy code, you know, it's nice that finally they're like, we're actually going to do something, and we have a date for it. That's cool.
I was gonna say, with all this stuff coming up, it sounds like the fall/winter of Eve is just gonna be crazy exciting for things, for changes and new things and events and whatnot. I'm super excited. You guys are all really quiet.
Exciting times. Exciting times.
I'm just going on Amazon so I could buy up all the stuff because I know Suitonia is gonna like empty out the shops near me just out of spite. But yeah, no, it is actually, you're totally right. It's gonna be incredibly exciting. Like whenever the game changes on a scale like that, it's just amazing. Like a lot of the times, like the bad parts of Eve they're not bad mechanics. They're just mechanics that have existed for so long that we figured out how to min-max them perfectly. Like in low sec PvP, if you just bring a 5-link Tengu, then you become an order of magnitude stronger than other people around you, so everyone else has to do it. At some point, people took Falcons all the time, and then when that got nerfed, PvP was exciting again. Now when this gets nerfed, it's going to give like an element of gameplay. I'm not sure it's going to be like a huge element of gameplay. I still think it's going to be done by alts, but at least you won't have like super pimped out ships just destroying everything in faction warfare low sec. Some people will have to risk things, they'll have to die. When you kill a cool ship, like you might get some good loot now because people are going to have to like trick out their ships in order to get that level of benefit. So like instead of just fitting a Link Tengu, you're gonna have to fit like Pitham mods on your ship instead. So that's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm super
And it's gonna
looking
make
forward
like, sorry.
No, I was just basically saying, backing up what you were saying. It sounds really cool. I don't really have any. I think that just having them on grid will change the dynamics of gameplay a lot. Like certain fleet setups will just not be viable anymore, and some really like new ones will have to develop to match it. And I think it'll be really exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good for new players as well. Like what CCP Fozzie was saying about visibility and stuff. Like a lot of new players die to links without even knowing what links are and what's on grid and stuff.
Yeah, the idea of links is super great, and it added, as Bay was saying, like when links first came out, that's when you got to see like armor hacks and sig tanking become like a meta that lasted for years and years. And now with this change, maybe there's going to be, I don't know, some sort of new setup, some sort of new flavor of the month that's going to last for years, a new like high level alliance doctrine, and as well as like affecting the small level micro changes in PvP and stuff. So it's like really exciting when I'm like a huge nerd when it comes to Eve. Like I don't know how I play this game for, it feels like forever, but every time there's a change, I get super nerd excited about it because I'm just like interested to see what's gonna happen. Like when all they had to do is change Sov, and like a year later, the biggest empire that Eve has ever seen is gone. Like when you change things that have been stale forever, like great things happen. So I can't wait to see what happens from this. And I can't wait especially to see like videos of players and PvPers like doing cool stuff and doing hood rat shit and just like being excited again without having to fly a single like a Dramiel or a Garmer or something like that with links. So I don't know. I get really excited by this stuff. I'm a nerd.
I think sorry.
Oh, sorry to put in there. Sorry. I think making it like watching a tournament play will be a lot more interesting as well. I was saying to someone last night. I think I've been flying EOS a lot in the the Typhoon Fleet issue setups we've been practicing on for the tournament, and it's so boring because I just sit there in a 5-link EOS and just swan around putting rep bots on people, and it's so boring to fly and it's so boring to watch. And now I'll actually have to, potentially have to do a bit more work or something. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's what the PL team puts me into every time. It's like a non-prop mod EOS. I have to warp in at 40 and then just sit still and I can't move. And they did the math. They said as long as you don't go in this direction, it's mathematically impossible for you to like boundary violate. So just sit still, okay?
Wow.
So that's my job.
It's okay, they can just whip you, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's like the other role of the other role of our logistics pilot, because I like flying close to him. He just bumps me back if I start drifting out like at minute 12 or something.
I was gonna say, I don't know, because in the universe of Eve, links are always been kind of super important, especially with people mentioning in faction warfare, low sec, etc. How they're kind of invisible. But with the Alliance tournament and other tournaments, links are always on grid no matter what. It's not like you can have your link ult sitting out at the sun, giving boost to your fleet, because it has to be within the arena with everyone. So I think it, like you said, Bay, you might have something more to do than just assigning rep drones. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm not really sure, like with the way Fozzie announced the changes, where you just kind of launch it, and if you're all at least close together, you all get the bonus for the entire fight. So I'm not sure how drastic it will change.
Well, I think if you're flying a command destroyer, I only know what he said at FanFest, and he said the range will be about an interdictor bubble, but of course it hasn't published any like ranges or anything yet. But like potentially, if you're in a command destroyer or something, you could be like MWDing around and boosting people, then like flying around the arena and stuff like that, which could be cool.
That's a lot smaller range than I imagined. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know the numbers for sure. He hasn't published anything. That's just what I took from what he said at FanFest.
Yeah.
I wonder if for tournaments, if that would affect how close you all have to be sitting next to each other when you warp in.
If it was the range of a dictator bubble, then yeah, it's gonna hugely affect how your setup works. A lot of tournament setups, for example, like kiting ones, like rapid light missile setups, you fan out over quite a large distance. You can be 100 kilometers from a teammate with a scimitar kind of in the middle between you, and if you have to all bunch together, then it's gonna change the viability of certain setups quite a lot, which would be interesting to see. I'd be interested to see how that works out.
Yeah, especially with how Suitonia said as a command SE, just flying around, just boosting people and whatnot. Like if you had to do that, if your whole fleet's like 100 from each other potentially, and then you have like a command ship on field, maybe having them with an MWD just zooming around, just boosting people, unless you're Elise, who doesn't get a prop mod.
Imagine though if you like push the wrong button when you're in a command destroyer, and instead of giving your fleet links, you just boost them 100 kilometers in the wrong direction.
That's probably
Man,
why
I can't wait for that to happen.
That's not allowed within the Alliance
No,
tournament.
not in the Alliance.
Oh.
I mean, like in real PvP.
That would be really good. Okay, so we've like announced everything, and we're at like the last final couple of minutes of the show. Does anyone have anything else that they want to specifically talk about?
I think Rylo should make his bed.
Yeah, let's talk about Rylo. I think we just need to give him some grief. He needs to work on the studio, man. That's awful. I mean, it's better than it's actually slightly better than Rockets. I remember Rocket being on the 07 show, and he had a crusty sock on his bed as well. So, like, it worse.
I mean, hunting supers is hard work. You don't have time for like making your bed and doing laundry and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
If we're allowed to say things, can I just give a quick shout out to Out of Sight for coming and dunking 2 dreads that had tackled the entire of your show? That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, you can give them a shout out, but you gotta post the kill mail so we can all like be jealous and stuff.
Yeah, I'll figure out how to do that.
I'm just gonna
yeah, I'll just do some I'll do some marketing bullshit. We are actually very close to having 1,000 followers on our channel, which is a new milestone for us. So once we get 1,000, Biohazard and Rain will figure out a way of doing a little prize draw for the 1,000 people. We'll throw out some plex and stuff like that. So if you don't follow the channel already, please make sure you do.
You'll also see a little rifter zoom across the screen, and also, I shouldn't say this, but if you unfollow and then follow again, you can also see the rifter. But don't hit the follow again, because this might actually backfire horribly, and we might go from like really close to 1,000 to really close to 500.
Yeah.
So
oh my
make sure you hit
gosh.
that follow button, Beam. I don't want this on my conscience.
That's it. You're fired.
Alright, Suit, you got any shoutouts?
Oh yeah, sure. I'll do some more marketing bullshit and just say the EVNT live event is in 5 weeks' time, and it's a lot of fun. So,
yes, that's a really good point. Actually, I don't know why we completely forgot. We should take this opportunity with this many people here to plug that. But yeah, that's a good call.
I'm going to try and do the tournament again. I think we're going to go back to 1 cruiser, 1 Tech 3 destroyer, which is the most popular of the formats we've done so far. So we'll be doing the 2v2 tournament again. Nashh has hooked us up with some more computers and managed to bag those again, which is cool. So yeah, we'll be definitely running that. It should be a lot of fun, and that's about the ticket price, obviously.
Yeah, boy, it's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be super drunk again, so. And yeah, there's no pub crawl this time, so I'm hoping that I'm not the only drunk person on the Saturday, but there'll be 200 other drunk nerds. That would be great.
Oh man. Alright, you guys done with shoutouts, even to you guys?
Yeah.
Alright, so Zarvox, last but not least, do you have any shoutouts?
I have not prepared.
Channel Zarvox.
We know it's like 4 a.m.
Obviously, dude. No, it's not. It's not. It's like 7 a.m. I think. But I slept in. Yeah, Channel Zarvox, mate. The obvious shout out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got nothing for that.
I was gonna say, no, feel free to post your link in the EVNT chat. I think we allow links here. I mean, you're obviously on here. I don't care if you promote yourself. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll start up the stream in about half an hour if anyone wants to tune in.
Nice. Oh, look, Suitonia posted. Alright, so if you guys have no more shoutouts, I don't really have shoutouts besides all the community events going on and all these great events you guys are doing. Watch the AT, watch EVNT's tournament, the championship. There's the Mockery. I don't know how you fucking pronounce it, but that's going on the 27th. Theo
Oh,
Mackey.
I forgot that Theo Mackey exists. I'll be commentating, I think, with another person. The Theo Mackey event. It's super weird. It's like an amazing kind of weird, not bad kind of weird. It's like the Hunger Games, but with spaceships.
Yes.
And it's really fun.
And that will also be streamed on EVNT TV, this channel right now. And then there's also the, the P4 Reps row, the Behemoth event, the Behemoth project, put on by Full Metal. So it's pretty much come out and kill the new pirate dread that's out. And everyone can whore on the kill mail and shoot each other and deal with tie-dye. It'll be so much fun. So that's also streamed on this channel. I'll be particularly hosting that. There's Massive Rex. Massive Rex has an event going on as well. I'm not quite sure when that is. I think that might also be the 27th. The Behemoth Project is the 20th. And Theo Mackey is the 27th as well. I said as well 20 times there. Those are like a lot of community events. Always recommend people going to evemeet.net and seeing where real life meetups are, like the EVNT meetup in real life in Nottingham, and then there's a bunch of other ones going on. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Fall and winter are like amazing. Like the whole summer went by and it seemed like nothing really exciting was going on, and then now there's all this stuff happening. So yeah, so if anyone has questions in chat, feel free to ask them. I think everyone's going to be sticking around for a while. If not, I can forward the questions to them, to anyone, or myself. Yeah, I think that's all I have, unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about.
No, thanks for doing the show.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rain.
Yeah, no problem.
It was wonderful.
Thank you all for joining. I was going to say, if you notice, the background of the stream is actually the EVNT studio that everyone will be at with the first weekend of the AT. So take note, and then you can laugh as people in real life are there and have to work all day. Just kidding, don't laugh.
It looks so good.
It does.
Yeah,
Very,
it's cool,
very
man.
styling.
It's really, really cool. It's going to be an interesting weekend. It'll be hard work. It's like 2 9-hour shifts in front of a camera for most of these boys. So,
Damn.
well,
And
it's going to be heavy, but
I'll
make sure they're looked after.
Is it going to be all live and everything too?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, don't forget that it's being done live and that you cannot just like swear a bunch.
We won't do a mimic. No. Yeah.
I missed what happened there.
That was quite funny. She basically started rattling off whatever she was meant to say, and then went, no, I messed up. Can we do that again, please?" And then basically they did the whole take again, not realizing that it was live. It was a little bit awkward. Poor girl.
It was pretty funny, and she handled it pretty well, although I'm not sure if she knew right away. But yeah, so I will probably be hosting Channel Zarvox, of course, after this, since he was on the show, and is always having a blast doing his solo PvP and getting really hyped. So if you guys want to head over there afterwards. But yeah, that's all I have for tonight.
Cool. Thanks, Tom. Cheers.
Thanks again.
Yep, everyone say bye, and
Thanks
then
for having me.
Yeah, and then keep watching because I have this absolutely hilarious outro video.
Bye.